What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Robin from Ronnie Reads actually tagged me to do the 25 bookish facts about me tag about a decade ago, and I'm just now getting to it. Actually, that is a lie. I did attempt to do this video a couple of weeks ago, but I tried to do it kind of freehand, where I was trying to just come up with the facts as I was filming, and I blanked at like fact 3. So I actually went ahead and wrote them down in a notebook so I could keep track of all of my facts and not just blank out. For the majority of my life, I never had a bookcase dedicated to solely just books. They were always in various random places, in closets, in cabinets that were filled with other things, not just books. But finally, at the age of 21, I finally got my own bookcase for strictly books, and I'm very excited. I strongly dislike movie tie-in covers. I just don't see the point in them. Most likely, the book covers are perfectly fine. They're amazing as they are. I don't understand why we need to put the movie people on it. The DVD will have the movie characters plastered on them, so why do we have to plaster them on the books as well? I don't understand. I've never read the Harry Potter series, and this is kind of a given. I've talked about it quite a few times on my channel and on Twitter if you follow me. So I do hope to get to it before the year's out, and I also do plan on doing a reading diary. I once ripped the cover off a book because I was frustrated. I wasn't frustrated with the book, I was frustrated with a life situation that was occurring, and I just ripped the cover off. It was a paperback, so it ripped the cover along with some of the spine. Not my greatest moment, and I actually still do have that book. I haven't replaced it, but I keep it as a reminder to keep my emotions in check. I don't think audiobooks are easy to listen to. I've watched several videos where booktubers are saying, that audiobooks are so convenient because you can be doing so many other things while listening to it, and for me, that's just not the case at all. I need to be focused on what the narrator is saying. So I actually just finished my first audiobook about 2 weeks ago, and the only time I could ever really listen to it while doing something was when I was driving home from work, which may sound contradicting, but since I'm so familiar with my route to and from work, it was fine, so I could focus on the narrator. But I couldn't clean or get ready or do very many things with audiobooks. I would completely miss what the narrator had said, and it would just be a lot of me rewinding to get back to where I had started to phase out. So I don't think they're as easy as everyone says, but they are quite enjoyable. I'm sure many of us do this. I judge books by their cover. It just happens. I am 10 times more likely to pick up a book if the cover is shiny or metallic. Alice in Wonderland is my favorite classic. I just love it. It's quirky, it's silly. I love it. I find it difficult to annotate just because I want to write down and note down every little thing in a book. I just get so invested in what I'm reading that I think that everything is important, and so I really need to kind of tone it down and really mark just the important things related to the plot or characters, and try to narrow down the scenes that I mark as I absolutely love. Sci-fi is probably my least favorite genre. I don't know what it is. I just find it very hard to get into and stay interested. I have read Illumini, which is changing my perception on the genre. I really enjoyed Illumini, and so I'm hoping to get more into sci-fi. I get super attached to characters. If there's a good book with really well fleshed out characters, I'm thinking about those characters all day long. Even when I'm not reading, I'll be thinking about what they're going through, what they're doing. I'm a character person. I am probably one of the few people who actually enjoyed the Mortal Instruments movie, which is a book adaptation from Cassandra Clare's The Mortal Instruments series. I know a lot of people really disliked it, and I understand why. It definitely did not follow the book as closely as we all would have liked, but I thought they did a good job, and I really had high hopes for them to, take the criticism and make movie 2 even better, and I was really disappointed when I found out it was getting turned into a series. I definitely enjoy the movie a lot more than I like the series, but that's a discussion for another day. I don't like book shaming people, and I don't like people who book shame. I feel like we should all be allowed to read whatever we want, whatever interests us, and if you want to go ahead and read 50 Shades of Grey, you go and do that. You do your thing, and as long as we're all reading and passionate about what we're reading, I think that's the important thing. I haven't read a lot of the more popular books on BookTube or the newer books on BookTube, like The Cruel Prince or Witch Hazel or Children of Blood and Bone. I haven't gotten to them yet. I do a lot of rereading, which I think is the problem, and also just budget reasons. It can be hard to get all of the new books that are coming out, which is why I do reread so much. But right now I'm starting to buy more books, set aside a budget for books so that I can catch up with all of the new releases. It annoys me if my books in a series are mismatched, and what I mean by that is if I started the series with paperbacks, I would like the books to continue in paperbacks, but sometimes it isn't possible. I know with my Splintered series, the first book, for some reason, I couldn't find in hardback, so I had to get it in paperback, but the rest of the books in the series I actually do have in hardback, so that does annoy me a little bit. A little bookish peeve that I have. I am 100% a mood reader. I have to be in the mood to read, otherwise I'm not enjoying anything that I'm reading, and it kind of sucks because that means that I might not get through as many books as other people do in a month, but I don't want to force myself to read something either because, like I said, I just won't enjoy it. And going with that, it either takes me 3 months or 3 days to finish a book. It just depends if I'm in a mood to be reading. So again, why I don't get through so many books as other booktubers. I used to doggy ear my book pages. That's just when you fold the corner of the book page down to mark your spot instead of using a bookmark. I know it's shameful, but I was in middle school and for some reason I didn't like bookmarks. I thought they were dumb. But I don't do that anymore. If you still do that, that's fine. You do what you gotta do to mark your page. Broody, dark love interests are probably my favorite, and I know my boyfriend is smiling behind this screen because he already knows that. And I don't mean abusive. I know you can have dark abusive love interests, and that's a no. When they're a little broody, they're a little dark, they're a little mysterious, those are my favorite kind of love interests. I don't like lending my books out. I've never lent out a book. Not a lot of people ask me because not a lot of people in my life are readers, but actually, my boyfriend asked if he could borrow my Splintered series since I loved it so much. I don't think I ever gave him a clear answer. I might have said oh yeah, we'll talk about that later, and I just never got to it because it brings a little fear into my bookish heart when I think about parting with my books, because you just don't know what can happen. Because at least if they get damaged in my possession, that's on me, that's my fault. But if they get damaged in someone else's possession and they are not returned in the condition that I had them, I just know something's gonna go down, and I do not want to put anyone in that position. I try to only buy books that I know I'll love, and that's mostly for financial reasons. I don't have the money to go around buying all sorts of books just to experiment, just because I'd rather spend that money on books that I know I will enjoy, or I'm pretty sure I will enjoy, and I'll probably reread. I am obsessed with book subscription boxes. I'm obsessed with watching unboxings. I'm obsessed with getting my own boxes. I actually just uploaded my very first ever unboxing. It was a Fairy Loot box, and so if you haven't watched that, go ahead and give it a watch. And I still have 2 book boxes that I have yet to film and unbox, so be on the lookout for that. No one in my family reads. No one in my life really reads. My boyfriend tries to read, and I adore him for that, for making the effort, but I know he's not a big reader, and that's not a problem. That's fine. I read all the time at work, and I'm a little embarrassed about it because I'm just waiting on the day that my boss is gonna come out of his office and tell me that I'm fired, because I'm always reading. And not just books. I don't just read books. I do read books whenever he's out of the office, but even when he's in the office and I don't have something to do, I'll be reading the news, which can be depressing with a lot of things going on, but I gotta get my daily dose of reading. So I'll read the news, I'll read old case files that we have. I think the Bookish community is the greatest community out there. We are so supportive of one another, and we're always ready to welcome a newbie into our group. It's just great, and I'm so thankful for all the love that I've received on Twitter and on my YouTube channel. I just love everyone, and I'm so thankful for the friends that I've made. I truly consider each and every one of you a friend. Those were 25 bookish facts about me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Thank you to Robin from Ronnie Reads for tagging me. I'm sorry it took so long to do this. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I am so close to 100 subscribers, and I don't know what I'm gonna do when I hit 100, but I'm just really excited to hit 100. So please help a girl out and subscribe. My name is Elle. I love reading, and I'll see you in next time's video.